Right now at 6, how the cold weather coming our way could affect the hemp crop in Wisconsin.
And a pedestrian was hit and killed in Madison last night. What the driver is saying about the incident.
Plus, how a program in Sauk County is helping give troubled teens a second chance.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us on a chilly Friday as a freeze watch is underway for many counties in our viewing area.
Let's check your first alert forecast now with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
We've actually been upgraded to a freeze warning for all of southern Wisconsin until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's going to be very cold tonight. And with the wind chill factored in, at times it could feel like we are in the teens. Right now, though, a cloudy sky. We're at about 40 in Madison. Our temps have been falling during the day. With that wind chill, again, it feels closer to 32 degrees already. Thankfully, we're getting a bit of a break in the moisture. Those light showers now moving east to the northwest, though. Notice some light snow around the Twin Cities. We aren't expecting any of that to come through tonight, but can't say the same, unfortunately, for your Saturday. We still have an alert day in the forecast for tonight as those temps will fall at or below freezing. That's going to cause an end to the growing season for most folks, and the weekend is going to stay quite chilly. But we'll take a closer look at what's ahead for Saturday and Sunday in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. And along those lines, hemp farmers in South Central Wisconsin are working some long hours trying to beat the frost heading our way this weekend.
Rose Schmidt tells us about the wet growing season and the challenges a family in Deerfield is facing.
It's raining now, and with the frost on the way, it can be trouble for these hemp plants that haven't been harvested yet.
Inter it.
A race against the clock.
Stripping the plant
Means bringing in reinforcements.
It's been all of our friends that were calling out, please come help,
Preparing for the cold weather that lies ahead.
We want to be proactive, especially with the rain and things like that. It's going to increase mold too.
Mold.
The white strings, it looks like a cobweb.
Is no friend to Cal Hansen and his family.
The ones on the ground will have it typically.
Who've been operating a dairy farm for 60 years and added a new crop this year.
It gives us a lot of hope towards being able to keep our farm and things like that.
And Zach Stino is a horticulturist.
When the plants first come in,
meaning he's the one who can tell you about every hemp variety, the different techniques they use, and the problems this wet season has brought.
This holds a lot of moisture in here, so there's a high potential of rot. So processing the plants as quickly as we can is the most important part.
But there's still a definite learning curve for first-time hemp farmers.
We didn't realize it would take up this much drying space for 30 acres, and we didn't realize our plants would get this big.
They're trying to strip off the most valuable part of the plant first. Zach says they've lost about 1/8 of their crops and are hoping not to lose any more.
We're looking at burning hay bales overnight because we can put those on different ends of the field and then burn to help keep the frost off.
The good news is, despite the cold, hemp is a pretty resilient plant.
I know hemp can go through frost. I've heard it from other growers and things like that.
The Hansens have about 10 days left to work out here, and then this hemp will go off to the processor. In Deerfield, I'm Rose Schmidt, News 3 Now.
Now, the hemp from Hansen's farm will be turned into CBD. Cal Hansen owns a CBD shop in Monona. He is looking to try to sell his own products at his store in the future. Madison police say the driver who hit and killed a pedestrian on East Washington Avenue last night will not be cited or face any charges.
A preliminary investigation shows he wasn't impaired or speeding when a man in his 30s crossed the street in front of his car. Amanda Condana is on East Washington where it happened with the details.
Yes, it was just after 7:30 last night. A driver told police that this intersection behind me, the intersection with Baldwin, the light was green, so he kept going, and then suddenly a man appeared in front of his car. Police say that that man was not in a crosswalk, but they are still trying to figure out why he crossed in the middle of the block in front of oncoming traffic. The driver says he didn't have time to react or stop because he didn't see the man until he hit him.
Suddenly, a pedestrian ran in front of his car. He said he never saw him until there was a collision. He stopped immediately. He's been very helpful with us in terms of the investigation.
I'm told it was dark out at the time and misty, and the man was wearing dark clothing. An autopsy was scheduled to be performed today. Police say at this point they're not expecting to cite or charge the driver. They are calling this an accident. They are still waiting for blood results to make sure that that driver was not impaired.
Amanda, thank you.
One of the two men convicted in a fatal shooting at a Madison gas station has now been sentenced. 35-year-old Demetrius Reeves was sentenced to life in prison without parole today. That shooting happened at the 7-Eleven on the Beltline back in August of 2017, killing 32-year-old Kendrith Young and injured another man. Reeves was caught on surveillance video at a nearby bar before the shooting, and then two masked men were seen on camera shooting Young. Curtis Langlois was also sentenced to life without parole in that shooting.
One of the men charged in a string of burglaries and car thefts from across southern Wisconsin was in court today. 24-year-old Cletus Moon is charged with multiple counts, including burglary and theft. He was given a $20,000 bond for each charge he is facing. 17-year-old Joshua Pitts was also arrested in connection to the thefts.
We all make mistakes in life, and sometimes we wish we could have a bit of a do-over.
In Sauk County, kids are getting that opportunity to change their future. Jamie Perez shows us how a new juvenile diversion program has given young kids a second chance in life.
At the Boys and Girls Club here in Baraboo, they teach all of their kids what it means to have Gold Star behaviors. Things like being polite, using good manners, and being kind to everyone. Well, now they're expanding their services to kids who might need a little bit more help getting to this point.
The whole purpose of the juvenile court system is for second chances.
If you had the opportunity to right your wrongs, would you take it? Mindy Madison, the youth justice supervisor here in Sauk County, hopes any kid would, if given the chance.
It's going to give them an opportunity to learn from their mistakes without being overly focused on consequencing them.
A new program is being launched for youth here in Sauk County, giving first-time, low-risk offenders a chance to fix their mistakes.
Instead of having them assigned to an intake worker, we're going to divert them to the Boys and Girls Club.
A partnership with the Boys and Girls Club to hopefully take kids from red level behavior to Gold Star.
The goal is to help these kids identify with a positive peer group, have opportunities to engage in positive behavior.
The deal is that any youth who commit a minor crime for the first time would be referred to a 4 to 6 week program instead of getting a mark on their record. After completing the program, a continued membership to the Boys and Girls Club would be offered to keep them on the right path.
The program is 100% voluntary. The only consequence is if that youth were referred again, we would not offer that program again.
Young kids don't always make the best choices, but instead of punishing them for their mistakes, this gives them a chance to make the right choice the second time around.
I don't believe that a lot of the youth are defiant and rebellion just because that's who they are. I think it's the opportunities that they're presented with.
From here on out, Madison hopes the kids who will be eligible for this will get a chance to redo some of their bad decisions, because it's what these kids do with the second chance that counts.
It's not going to work for everyone, but we're hopeful that it'll work for most of them.
In Baraboo, I'm Jamie Perez, News 3 Now.
The Human Services Department said they already have their first referral for the program. They hope to officially launch in a month or two.
The Watertown Police Department has released surveillance video. This is part of their investigation into a string of property crimes. Police have received complaints involving graffiti, broken windows, slashed tires, and other property damage. This video is from Monday and Tuesday nights. It shows suspects vandalizing vehicles at multiple locations throughout Watertown. Residents are encouraged to turn in any home surveillance video from earlier in the week as well over to police. And anyone with information at all about this crime spree should call the Watertown Police Department.
A jury awarded a Beloit Walmart employee millions of dollars in damages in a disability discrimination case. According to the lawsuit, an employee who has a developmental disability and is deaf and visually impaired worked as a cart pusher at the Beloit Walmart for 16 years before a new manager started at the store. The new manager suspended the employee and forced him to resubmit medical paperwork in order to keep his reasonable accommodations. The paperwork was submitted, but the store cut off communication and effectively terminated him. The jury awarded the employee $200,000 in compensatory damages and an additional $5 million in punitive damages. We have a sad story to tell you about that affects one of our own here at News 3 Now.
Unfortunately, too often we report on fatal car crashes, and last night, 24-year-old Levi Linscheid was killed in a Grant County crash. He is the brother of our morning anchor, Leah Linscheid. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says his car was discovered this morning at 7 o'clock after an overnight crash. His car had left the road, hit a guardrail before going over a cement barrier. They still don't know yet what caused that crash.
Leah's family issued a statement. Levi will be remembered for his unmatched kindness, his commitment to God, and his endless love for his family. He was universally beloved. As a fitness instructor, his job was to teach and inspire. His memory will continue to do that in all the lives he touched. Our general manager, Tom Keeler, says the entire Morgan Murphy Media family is heartbroken, and we extend our most heartfelt condolences to Leah and her family. Leah, you and your family are front and center in all our hearts and prayers, and we will all be with you every step along the way. Funeral arrangements for Levi are pending. We'll be right back. A new member is joining Lizzo's 'Cause I Love You Too tour group after her stop in Madison last night. Underdog Pet Rescue of Wisconsin brought puppies to the Sylvie, where Lizzo performed Thursday for a puppy party. The entire group fell in love with one of the puppies, but one crew member adopted her. The puppy, now named Pocahontas, will join the group for the remainder of the tour. The founder of Underdog Pet Rescue says the puppy is going to a group of very loving people.
It's a really close-knit crew. They all seem to really have a lot of fun and help each other out and get along. So it seems like our little dog, who was adopted because the crew member fell in love with her, is going to have a really fun life with lots of attention and endless snuggles.
Underdog Pet Rescue of Wisconsin will fulfill puppy parties in exchange of a donation to the rescue. There are also opportunities to volunteer, foster, and adopt.
The City of Madison's Finance Committee is delaying a decision on the mayor's $40 vehicle registration fee proposal. The committee voted late last night to push that decision to its next meeting, which is on the 21st. The mayor is proposing that registration fee, commonly called a wheel tax, to help close a budget gap, with a portion of that money also going to fund the Rapid Transit project. The mayor wants the wheel tax to take effect by February, but state law requires 90 days notice. That means the full council needs to pass the new fee before November in order for that to happen. More to come on News 3 Now at 6. Up next, it is homecoming weekend at the UW.
We'll show you how students and alumni are celebrating ahead of the big game tomorrow against Michigan State.
And it'll be a chilly one this weekend. Meteorologist Dana Fulton has what's in store for both Saturday and Sunday. It's your First Alert forecast next. It's homecoming week at UW-Madison. Students are participating in a tradition.
Wisconsin Alumni Association held its annual Fill the Hill event at Bascom Hill. For each gift given that day, a flamingo will be put on Bascom Hill to represent how private support helps UW-Madison maintain its excellence in education. Flamingos became a symbol of UW-Madison's unique spirit in 1979 when students from the Pail and Shovel Student Political Organization planted more than 1,000 of the plastic birds on Bascom Hill. According to UW's website, there are over 1,300 flamingos on Bascom Hill today.
And right now, Badger students, alums, fans are celebrating UW homecoming with a parade. This is a live look at the celebration. Folks lining State Street, just about to get underway at State and Gilman. There are multiple bands there, the UW Spirit Squad, along with Fun Floats, and of course Bucky Badger there as well.
And some events happening tomorrow before the big game include the Badger Bash at Union South at noon. Badgerville at Engineering Mall also happening at noon. Then at 1:30, there is a multicultural homecoming tailgate and watch party at the Pyle Center. And finally, at 2:30, the undefeated Badgers will take on the Michigan Spartans at Camp Randall.
Yeah, Michigan State in town, and hopefully the Badger fans down there, they'll get a chance to buy some of that winter gear, right?
Yes.
Now might be the time to get your puffy red coat for the game.
You'll definitely want to be prepared before you get into the stadium. It's going to be really chilly for tomorrow, and the wind chill is also going to be something around game time to factor on in. Looking at our Doppler track now, we had, of course, those showers slide through early this morning. Those are now off to the east, so a few spots we've had some reports of some light mist or drizzle. Not enough that we're really picking it up on the radar, but off to the north and west right now, especially around the Twin Cities, we are seeing some light snow showers. And that may be drifting down towards us late tomorrow afternoon and evening. Over the next few hours, this cold front is going to completely clear through the state, but that's just the first cold front. The second one reinforcing our cool temperatures for Sunday. So for early Saturday, we will have a little break. We might actually see some sun early in the day, but in the afternoon, this wraparound moisture is going to slice on through that second area of low pressure, bringing snow showers mainly to the northern edge of Wisconsin, of course, into Minnesota as well. But some of those snow showers may sweep further south as that second cold front drives through. Looking at light rainfall with the potential for a little wintry mix, not expecting a lot of accumulation, but we could be seeing some snowflakes come through Madison tomorrow. After that, of course, the rest of the week looking pretty dry, just a little cool behind that second cold front. The line that comes on through for late on Saturday, it's going to be a pretty clear difference between where there is some light snow and where there's rain. And we'll be watching that very closely on the radar tomorrow afternoon. Early in the morning, our breeze coming from the southwest, but temperatures will be near freezing in the afternoon, becoming mostly cloudy with those shower and light snow chances developing late in the day, starting to pick up really at the end or after the game. Off to the north, of course, around La Crosse, Eau Claire, and into Rhinelander, we will be seeing more significant snow. Not a lot of accumulation, but certainly snow, not rain, falling from the sky. Early Sunday morning, mostly cloudy, and then in the afternoon, still seeing a variably cloudy sky. High temperatures on Sunday, also in the mid-40s. Wind chills for early tomorrow, likely going to be in the teens, so if you are heading out early in the day, certainly make sure you bundle on up. It's going to be pretty cold outside. Our temperatures will fall close to freezing, some areas just below freezing for the start of the day, and heading up to the north could be in the upper 20s. Again, those clouds really building in later on, and there is going to be that clear line where we'll see some wintry mix, maybe even some light sleet, and then the light snowfall off to the north and west, rain to the south and east as that second cold front slides through. Sunday temperatures will start off in the 30s again, and then in the afternoon we're looking at temps in the 40s. There is a freeze warning. Now it is a warning in effect for all of southern Wisconsin tonight until 9 a.m. tomorrow because it is going to be so cold outside, so everything sensitive. Plants and pets need to come inside. Overnight low about 31 in Madison. Tomorrow will be in the mid-40s. That's where we're going to stay for Sunday as well. By the next work week, though, we'll steadily warm on up just a few degrees each day. Not looking at a big temperature jump, though, so it does continue to feel a little bit like the middle of November rather than the middle of October, but it will be nice to see a little more sunshine. Frost chances will be there in the forecast for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings. That's a quick look at your forecast.
It's Cardinal on Cardinal crime in tonight's Prep Mania game of the week, and the Wisconsin defense wants to stay stingy this weekend. Let's do sports after the break.
Hello, I'm Amy Reed. Tonight on the news at 9, the FTC is getting complaints about an ongoing scam, what they're doing about con artists who are trying to cash fake checks. Tonight on Fox 47.
2 weeks left in the high school football regular season. Some teams looking to wrap up conference titles, others jockeying for better playoff position, still others trying to take down crosstown rivals. Tonight's Prep Mania game of the week, Cardinals versus Cardinals. Jay Wilson leads our coverage. Jay, I see you're wearing the winter gloves tonight in Sun Prairie.
Yeah, Kevin, week one, we were all wearing shorts and we were complaining how warm it was in the press box. Well, not so tonight. It's the layered look, and you'll see it probably next week, too, when we're in DeForest. But anyway, it's Sun Prairie and Middleton tonight here at Ashley Field in Sun Prairie. Let's bring in our crew, Bill Brophy, Alan Minert. Brophy's back from Badger hockey last week. And, boy, we got some star power tonight. The leading passer, the leading receiver, the leading rusher in the Big 8 Conference, we'll see.
Yeah, these teams have 2 losses, and congrats to Memorial. They got a chance to have the first unbeaten season and winning the conference since 1984. But lots at stake here and lots of stars. Callian Buckner of Middleton's gone over 1,000 yards for the 2nd straight year. He leads the Big 8 in rushing. He runs behind a big line for their Cardinals, and the other Cardinals, Sun Prairie's got a couple of big-timers as well. Brady Stevens leads the Big 8 in passing yardage and touchdown passes, among the leaders in the state, and Colin Schaefer is a talented receiver. So lots of stars in the field tonight. Should be fun in a big game.
Yeah, Alan, 2 weeks left of the regular season. Memorial undefeated. These 2 teams with 2 losses, 4 teams in the Big 8 have 2 losses, so there's a lot riding on this one for these 2 teams.
Lot riding on this. So you're probably looking, the winner of this has the inside track at a home game. The loser's probably going to go on the road for the first round of the playoffs. And again, you always want to build momentum going into the playoffs. 2 good football teams and kind of sorting out the best of the rest.
All right, Cardinals and Cardinals, 7 o'clock live on channel3000.com. Hope to see you then. Kevin, back to you.
All right, stay warm, fellas. We'll talk to you a little later on tonight, Jay. Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr told me the defense doesn't watch game film and pat themselves on the back. If they did, it wouldn't be arrogant. I mean, they're the #1 total defense in the country and have shut out 3 of their 5 opponents. Michigan State's the next team that'll try to solve the Badgers' D. Orr and his teammates say there's something to improve upon every week, and improvement comes by not looking too far ahead.
Saturday, play the game. Sunday, correct the mistakes and start a little bit of the next opponent. And then Monday, it's all on the next opponent. You know, we really live by going 1-0 each week.
You can learn from any game and get better, and that's the goal, keep improving and improving upon the things that maybe you missed opportunities and just take advantage of those.
Well, the Bucks will start the season shorthanded. Point guard Eric Bledsoe is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks with a rib fracture. Happened during Wednesday's preseason game against the Jazz. Bledsoe averaged 16 points, 5.5 assists per game last year. The Deer tip off the regular season October 24th. In Houston, they play in Dallas tonight, another preseason game. I know it's football season, but we'll also hear from the Badger men's basketball team who had media day today. We're having this crossover of sports, volleyball, hockey, football, basketball, whatever.
It all
Great time to be alive.
Yes. It moves quickly, and it is starting to feel a little like we're transitioning to hoop season as things chill off.
It really is going to be chilly for us tonight. We do have a freeze warning in effect for the entire area until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Temperatures are going to drop at or below freezing with wind chills close to 20 or even in the teens for some areas. So early on Saturday, make sure you bundle up. Temperatures for Saturday afternoon for the game will be in the mid-40s. There is going to be the chance for some light showers, maybe even some snow showers, mainly northwest of Madison, later on Saturday evening into early on Sunday. Sunday, we're looking at temps again in the mid-40s with a partly sunny sky. Patchy frost likely for Sunday and Monday mornings, and then heading into next week, our temps will climb just a little bit, but still quite a chilly stretch of days for us.
Right, bundle up your head now for those football games. Thanks for joining us. For News 2 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.